What's up, YouTube? Okay, so right now, as you can see, I'm up here on the top of Chautauqua, and I actually just did a job in front of me at the very, very top of Chautauqua. Doesn't get any higher. I just dropped off a bunch of sand and burlap and gravel and straw wattle and stuff like that. These guys are getting ready for the rain. It was raining a little bit up here earlier today, but it's supposed to get worse. So I'm up here now. I just got done with that job site. I parked down here on the right. I'm gonna take a little break and show you guys this view and how beautiful it is. Originally, when the fires, happened, I came up here for the first time after the fires, and I couldn't even recognize the place. It was so bad driving up Chautauqua. I didn't even know where I was. That's how crazy it was. And yeah, I think this view right here behind me really puts into perspective of how vast the damage really was. All right. And I made a couple of YouTube short videos showcasing it in the earlier stages of my YouTube's channel, the growth of the channel, right? Like some of my very first videos after the fire were right here on the cliff, all right? So I'm gonna go ahead and turn the camera around and showcase this little area. And then I'm gonna do a little drive along. Once I'm done up here, I'm gonna put the camera on the truck on the dashboard and drive through the Alphabet Streets and showcase all of the rebuilding that's underway in the Alphabet Streets, okay? And driving along in the truck gives you a really good vantage point. You can see up high and you get a good broad perspective as to how much construction's underway, okay? So let me go ahead and flip the camera around so you guys can get a better look, all right? Okay, here we go. This isn't the exact spot that I made the YouTube video. It was actually up here a little bit more. It's actually right up here. Look at this, man. I remember the first time coming up here and just being in disbelief. You guys might not be able to see it as well as I can, but it's pretty vast, the amount of damage that was done. It's hard to believe that it's already been pretty soon it'll be 9 months, and before you know it, it'll be a year. And if you look closely, what you'll see is the majority of the homes that are under construction and being framed, and they look like they were homes that were more than likely built shortly before the fire, or within a couple of years just before the fire actually happened. And that's probably the main reason why, they've gotten their permits and they're already underway with the construction process, right? Makes sense. There's still a lot of empty lots, as you guys can see. And many of these hillside areas, right? Like all those houses right there alongside the hill, it's going to be extremely challenging to rebuild those, right? They're all custom. So $600 a square foot to rebuild, yeah, double that or more or triple it. It's, probably to build a house right here on the cliff is probably, it really depends, but it's not cheap, I'll tell you that much. It's going to be a couple of $1,000s, maybe as much as $3,000 a square foot. I know that sounds ridiculous and hard to believe, but some of these homes are extremely intricate and detailed and extremely hard to build. And as the cost of rebuilding increases due to the lack of workers and the lack of contractors, available contractors, some of these people might actually be bidding. There might be bidding wars. Some of these people have so much money, they might be actually bidding for a contractor. Like if I wanted to build a house right here on the cliff, I'm going to call up my friend who's a contractor, and he specializes in building custom houses. I'm going to say, hey bro, I need you to start building my house ASAP, right? And he's going to say, Cameron, unfortunately I can't do it right now, I'm booked up. And if you got enough money, there's probably going to be some guys out there who are going to say, you know what, cancel that job right now with that guy. Whatever he's charging you, I'll pay you double. Just, I need a house built ASAP. Some people have ridiculous amounts of money. Yeah, I know it sounds hard to believe, but stuff like that might happen. I don't know. I'm just speculating. But then again, maybe it won't. I don't know. I'll tell you right now, it's not going to be cheap to rebuild these houses on the hillside of Chautauqua. In the flats, things are coming along. All right, guys, so I'm going to go ahead and hop in the truck and do a quick little drive-through. All right, here we go. All right, YouTube, let's get it. All right. So this is Chautauqua Street. And I'm going to be going down through the alphabet streets. Normally I make a right here, but I'm going to go ahead and go left. Oh, and by the way, today is September 18th, and it's about, I don't know, 3 o'clock, something like that, 2:30 or 3. So you got a lot over there for sale on the left-hand side, and then you got this lot over here for sale on the right. This is 1357 Chautauqua. Many of these houses up here I had delivered to prior to the fire. A lot of them were under construction and being renovated. You know, new interiors, new exteriors, new roofs, whatever. And we were selling them a lot of product prior to the fire. Beautiful view up here. I really enjoy driving through the alphabet streets because, in my opinion, it really is the heart and soul of the Palisades. And if there's one section of the community in particular that I'm rooting for, it's the alphabet streets. I don't know why. There's something about it, something about the neighborhood, and the amount of deliveries that I had done prior to the fire, and driving throughout, you know, it felt like a really wonderful place before the fire. And that's why I make these videos. It's because it really was a beautiful place. And it's such a shame to see something as beautiful as that go up in flames, and just in the blink of an eye. One day it was there, and then the next day it was all gone. Okay, so I'm going to make a right here on Whitfield Avenue. It can be kind of tight getting through these small little narrow streets. Luckily there's no people living here right now, so it makes it much more convenient and easier to drive throughout. I know it's really sad to say, but so you got this lot for sale right here. Looks like this is 14635 Whitfield Avenue, still for sale. And now we're coming up upon McKendree Avenue. See all of these homes right here on the right hand side, none of them were cookie cutter. These are all custom homes. Extremely challenging, extremely time consuming, and very expensive to build here. Not cheap. So right here you got Goucher Street. Not a through street, so I'm not going to go there. It looks like they're building this house right up here on the right. Apparently they were able to keep their foundation They're throwing up a frame on top of it, so that's good for them. Save them a lot of money. There's a car behind me, so I'm going to go ahead and pull over and let this car go by real quick. Look at this masterpiece on the right hand side. Looks like it was virtually untouched. An architectural masterpiece. I don't think people really understand how much effort and time and thought goes into creating and developing a home right here on some of these hills and cliffs. All of these architects and engineers, and man, when they build these beautiful homes, they really are masterpieces, and they're something to be extremely proud of. They are really pieces of art. I got a buddy who's building a home. His name is Ami. He's building a home up there in Malibu off of Payuma Road. And I'm trying to persuade him and talk him into allowing me to come up there and film the house and talk to him about his experience with the fire and what it was like. He actually stayed there while the fire was happening. I think he told me he stayed up there for a week fighting the fire. This guy's got millions of dollars invested in a property, and he's building this beautiful house, all custom, overlooking Malibu. It's spectacular. And I know he's going through it right now. He's super stressed out. But I've been trying. He's a good friend of mine, and he's always been very kind, and actually he's been a very generous person. So I do what I can to try and help him out, and if he needs help, hopefully he can ask. I'll help him if he needs help, whatever. Right? We sell a lot of products to him too. But I'm rooting for him. I'm rooting for you, Ami, if you watch these videos. So hopefully you give me some of your time, and I'll work for free on the weekend for one day. You got a house right here being built on the left-hand side, and another one on the right. Ami's a good guy. And inevitably, when I show you guys the house in time, it's really a masterpiece. It's beautiful. What street is this? So we're on Embry Street and Albright. I'm going to continue to go left. I'm going to make a left here on Albright Street. And then we're going over here on Fiske. I'm going to go ahead and make a right. Looks like they're throwing up a house right here off of Fiske. Still, as you can see, there's a lot of empty dirt lots. So, and it's been almost 9 months now, right? So there's still a lot of work to be done, right? And a lot of these homes that are being built, like the one here on the right-hand side, more than likely that house was built shortly before the fire. This is what has enabled them or allowed them to start the rebuilding process so quickly. Sometimes it's very narrow, as you can see. I gotta slide my way through these two Toyota trucks. All right, we're good. So this is Bashford Street right here. I'll go straight down Fiske, and then we'll come back around. A lot of empty lots here on the left-hand side and the right. But you are seeing a lot of these companies advertising their, you know, like this one, you got shelter on both corners. I'm rooting for that guy, by the way. I've seen a couple of YouTube videos featuring that guy who owns Shelter, the home building company, and I'm rooting for him. I'm sure, you know, like I said, in time, everything's going to work itself out. Everything will be all right. It's just going to take time, you know. That's all it comes down to is time. It's just a matter of not quitting through the short, you know, the first 5 to 10 years are going to be the most challenging. After that, it'll be a walk in the park. You know, the biggest thing is, honestly, the biggest challenge, in my opinion, that's going to be facing these communities is the whole insurance debacle. What's going to happen in the future when it comes to insurance? So the state, the city, they need to really get it together with that, figure out what the hell is going on with insurance. That's going to be, and you'll be able to get it. It's just going to be so expensive. Super expensive. And that might force a lot of people out of these areas. It's no longer financially viable, right? Because it's just so, insuring a property or a home in these areas is going to be so expensive. And people don't want to be extorted by insurance companies. So they'll leave. If it's not affordable, they'll leave. Okay, so I'm going to make a left here onto Albright. I'll make a quick little right-hand turn onto Monument. Actually, we'll go left. We'll go left. And this is the... I forget what this place is called right here on the right, but it's like a little shopping center. They got a bunch of beautiful little stores and shops. I'm pretty sure that the guy who owns this is Rick Caruso, the guy who was running for mayor before Karen Bass, or I guess he was Karen Bass's opponent. I'm not exactly sure. I don't really follow the whole political thing too much, but apparently that guy he's a billionaire who owns this development, or this you know, property. Oh, bro. I don't know if it's open to the public just yet, but as soon as it is, it might be, I should probably walk through the area and check it out. So right here, we're coming up on Sunset Boulevard. I'm not sure how well these businesses are doing inside this shopping area. I suspect they're not doing very much business. As you can see, the gas station's shut down, and there's apartment complexes here on the right. I don't know if they're apartments or condos, whatever. A lot of there's this place right up here on the right hand side. This brick building got damaged really badly. I don't think anyone's living in that place. I'm not sure if it's safe. Here you've got Temescal Canyon. It's open now, so you can take Temescal Canyon all the way to Pacific Coast Highway. Nothing too spectacular going on in Temescal Canyon. You just drive through now. And then off to the left, you've got Palisades High School. Looks like they're setting up a bunch of bungalows, like a temporary school for all the kids. Roads are so bad. still, they're just so bad. They're atrocious to drive on. A lot of these apartment buildings and condominiums, whatever they are, townhomes, whatever, a lot of them got severely damaged in the fire. Even if they didn't burn to the ground, like, there's a lot of smoke damage and inside and out. A lot of damage. And I'm sure they're having a really hard time trying to get them rented out if they're apartment complexes. Look at this old little house right here on the right hand side. Jeez. Sorry about that. If you can still see right here on the right hand side, there's all this debris off of Sunset. I'm not sure why they haven't picked that stuff up yet. I would say probably 95% of all lots have been picked up, but every once in a while you get something like that. It's hard to believe that it's been basically 9 months now, and 8 or 9 months, and there's still empty lots with debris. It's hard to believe. In this area, there's some really good locations because right here, depending on where you are, sometimes you can have ocean views, which is nice. Depending on how high perched up you are, you can actually see the ocean. So if you're building a home off here to the right, a 2-story home, perched up on a hill, you can get a good view of the Pacific, which is really nice. Apparently there's some like little shrine down here on the left hand side that recently reopened. I'm not sure what it's called, but I've actually been curious to see what it is, and maybe I should go through there and make a video showcasing what exactly it is. I've never been there. Maybe I could talk to one of the employees about what their experience was during the fire. Look, it looks like there's like a little windmill, and it looks like there's like a little lake or something like that. I don't know, we'll have to go check it out at some point in time. I'm not sure if this building here up on the left was office buildings or if they were homes or condos. I'm not really sure. This is a beautiful street, Castellamare. I actually met a lady up there, a really nice lady. Her name was Lori, and she was actually really nice. She introduced me to her spouse, and we went into her house and had conversation. She was a really nice lady. I should actually reach out to her and see if she'd be willing to talk to me on camera. I haven't spoken with her in, I don't know, it's been quite some time. Maybe I should reach out to her. She actually lives up here off of Castellamare, and I'm pretty sure that's the street she lives on. She has a beautiful home, and apparently her spouse, if I remember correctly, his name was Vince. He actually stayed behind and fought off the fire. He was a very interesting person. Alright guys, so this video is getting kind of long. We're back here on the Pacific Coast Highway. This video is getting kind of long. It's probably closely approaching 25 minutes now. So I thought I'd just do a quick little drive-through update of the Palisades and, you know, the top of Chautauqua, basically through the alphabet streets up until Pacific Coast Highway. Alright, so I hope you guys enjoyed the video, and thank you again to all of the people who have been continuously supporting the channel and its growth. For that, I really can't say thank you enough. So I hope you enjoyed the video, and until next time, I'll talk to you guys later.